Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, guys. Okay, welcome to my live class. Okay, so murid-murid, so please update your kehadiran here, your attendance. Okay, boleh tulis kehadiran di live chat. Okay, if you have a question, okay, you may write your question down, write down your question dekat live chat, and then I will go through your question or your problem, and then we can discuss after that. So as we know that today will be the last topic of chapter 3. Okay, I want to discuss the basic idea of volume. Okay, that will be the last topic in the chapter 3, integration. Okay, please welcome. Okay, alright, Khalida, okay, Joey, semua ada. Okay, also ada. Sarah, Zack, okay, yeah, welcome. Alright, so without further ado, let's start our chapter, the last subtopic of chapter 3, the volume. Alright, okay, please look at your notes. Okay, so before we, when we let's talk about this idea of volume. Alright, so the basic idea how to determine the volume. Okay, there's two types of volume we want to determine here. Number one, we want to find the volume that against x exists. That means find the volume that rotated against x. Okay, ataupun the second idea about the volume is find the volume that rotate against y axis. So now that means there's a two idea here. That means when we have two idea, we're going to have two different formula, okay, to solve the problem. Okay, now let me draw for you the first idea. Okay, kejap ya. Okay, now look at here. Now this is the first idea. Okay, this is the first idea. I want to find the volume of the shaded region. Okay, now the first thing is, it's similar like find the area before. Okay, like the class before, you can refer to the previous video. But this one is not about, we are not talking about the area, but we're talking about volume now. How we find the volume of this shaded region? Now, before we solve the problem, look at your shaded region. It's against what? It's against x-axis, right? The shaded is against x-axis. So don't worry. Every time the question asking you to find the volume, the question always mention find the volume that rotate against what kind of axis. So normally they will give you, sometimes they will, normally the question will mention against x-axis. Sometimes the question asking find the volume that against y-axis. So that means you must know the appropriate formula. So since the shaded region is towards the x-axis, so that means the formula we need to use is must be the x-axis punya formula. So to find the volume, okay, so volume actually equals to pi integrate. There's a new huruf which is pi. Okay, so now this is the curve equation. This y is your equation of the curve, y equal to something here. And like previous, how to find the area, you must know the value of a and b here. That is your limit. To find the volume, that will be pi integrate ab y squared dx. This is y squared. Careful, we got y squared. If you compare to area, there's only y here, no squared. But for volume, you must put the square and also the pi outside the integration. Now, when we talk about volume, volume means rotate. When we rotate, what's that rotate? Okay, so now look at this picture again. We want to find this volume. Actually, the basic idea is this shaded region, actually, they are rotating against x-axis. So, it will produce like this. Okay, it will produce like this. This kind of the shape will be produced when the curve is rotating against x-axis. Dia akan jadi something like what we call that, bukan square lah, but similar like that. Okay, it becomes cylinder, sometimes it become pyramid, whatever lah. Okay, so it can become a cone and whatever. So this shape, the curve will form this kind of shape. Okay, when it rotates against x-axis. So to find this volume, okay, the formula will be V equals to pi integrate A to B y squared dx. That is the idea for volume against x-axis. Now, how about against y? Okay, if against y, use the similar notes. The similar notes. Okay, you can refer to your notes. Okay, let's say I have this curve. Yeah, y equal to something. Okay. Okay, now this is the second idea about the volume. Now you see here, the shaded region, find the volume of the shaded regions that are rotating against y-axis. That will be the question. Okay, so find the volume that rotating ataupun that revolve against y-axis. That means we must use the formula of against y. So when against y, we need to use the limit is y1 and y2. This one, x1, x2, because the limit against x-axis. So, but this one, how we find the volume? Okay, now, you see here, the curve equation is given by y equal to something. Y equal to something, So, to find the volume against y-axis, it will be integrate this one. To find the volume against y-axis, number one, make sure you know the y1 and y2 value. Number two, look at your y equation equal to something, right? That this something must consist of huruf x. Now look at the formula. The formula to find the volume is pi integrate y1, y2 x squared. Okay, now it's similar like the area against y-axis, if you still remember. When we talk about find the area against y-axis, your subject here is must be x. So for volume, they are same thing, cut and paste, but just put the pi and the square here. Okay, so to find the volume of this shaded region against y ataupun that rotate or revolve against y-axis, you must write x squared as your subject. That means your equation y equals something here, you need to simplify. Instead of y become the subject, now you must simplify it and then make sure the x become the subject. And then you cut and paste, put it here. Then you start do the normal integration. That is the basic idea regarding volume. Okay, do you have a question, guys? Ada soalan? You may ask your question in the live chat here. I will go through later. Okay, so if you don't have masalah, then we can proceed to the question number one. We're going to go through all this tajuk, all this idea. Okay, hari ini. Try to finish this topic hari ini. Okay, Sahara kata tak. Okay, good. So that means we can proceed to the first question. Now look at your notes. Okay, now basic idea. The contoh example given, you can write, you can read yourself. Okay, I nak terus masuk question number one. Okay, now question number one, find the area. Find the volume. You look at the question. Find the volume generate. That will be the question. Okay, ada some keywords there. Find the volume generated and then rotated, revolve, whatever, 360 degree to 180 degree, doesn't matter. Okay, so that will be the keywords. Okay, that will be the keywords when we want to find the volume by using integration. So find the volume generated by the shaded region that is rotated through 360 degree against x-axis ataupun above x-axis. 360 degree, I mean they are rotating, making a circle. Okay, they are making the circle here like this. Okay, so that's why there's a 360 degree. Okay, they pusing, rotate one full circle. Okay, that's why I show you this shape. Okay, when this point rotating, it become a circle. That is what we call 360 degree. Okay, Alright. So now, how to solve first question? Alright. Now, first question. So the curve is given. Oops. Y equals to 4x squared. And the shaded region also given. And the point, the most important thing is the point of ataupun the coordinates. Okay, the coordinates. Now, the first soalan here, okay, the first soalan here asking you to find this volume, this volume. Okay, where the shaded region is rotated against x-axis about 360 degree. Okay, that means we must use the first formula here. Why we use the first formula? Because rotated about x-axis ataupun against x-axis. Okay, so to find the volume sangat mudah, semudah ABC. So volume equals to pi. The limit is 1 to 3. Why I'm using 1 to 3? Because rotate against x-axis. That means the limit must use the coordinate of x. So y squared dx. Don't forget the forget the formula. It must be pi and must be squared. And then the y is the subject because against x-axis. Okay, now look at your equation. Your equation is y equals to 4x squared. Now, what we need to do is now y is the subject here. So this one, y is already subject. Cut and paste. So when we cut and paste, it becomes a bracket. Okay, it's supposed to be like this. So pi integrate 1 to 3. This y we replacing with 4x squared because y equals to 4x squared. Cut and paste here. Okay, so don't forget the square, the square outside the bracket. So how to integrate this makcik here? Can we integrate straight away? Cannot. We cannot integrate yet. We must simplify the equation first. Okay, we must square this equation first. Find the value. Find the equation, the simplest equation here. So when we square the bracket, it's supposed to be 16x to the power 4. Okay, it's supposed to be 16x to the power 4 because 4 squared 16, x squared is a x4. All right. So don't forget this is a basic mathematics. Okay. So kalau tak ada masalah, please make sure you inform I ataupun ask your mathematics teacher. Okay. So now, this one. Now we can start do the integration. I believe every one of you know how to integrate this makcik here. Okay. The idea of volume, this one. Now the rest is the normal integration that we already learned since last 2 weeks. Okay. So now when we do the integration here, you're supposed to get pi, put it outside. And then 16x power 4, if you integrate, you're supposed to get 16x power 5 over by 5. If I'm not mistaken, please double check. Okay, please double check the answer here. So, pi, just leave it. 16x power 4, you integrate, it becomes 16x power 5 over by 5 to the limit 1 to 3 here. Now you start every limit inside. Okay, if you still remember, I told you may use your calculator to find the answer here. Okay, so now, but you still need to show the methods. Okay, you cannot. Okay, what I mean is you cannot insert this equation into calculator, then calculate, then get the final answer. That cannot, that one. You must show the proper method. You must show every step here. Okay, so the calculator just for you to check the final answer. So now, pi sub 3, just show the substitution value saja. Okay, so you're supposed to get this one. Okay, you are supposed to get this one. Sub 5, sub 1, then you're supposed to get this. Now tell me what is the answer. Okay, please leave the answer on the live chat here so that I can write the answer. Okay, use your calculator. Okay, use your calculator. All right. So that is question number 1. Okay, do you have a problem, guys? Tak ada masalah ya? Okay. Sarah kata tak ada Tak Okay, so that means sepatutnya okay everyone. So now that is the question number 1. Please give me the answer. Double check. Okay. Double check. Please tell me the answer. You need to calculate for me. Okay. Itu tugas korang. Okay. So let me go through again the how we use the calculator. Okay. So to use the calculator, just write down the integrate. Okay. Write down the integrate and then we insert the makcik soalan here. Okay. Here, this one. We need to insert this one, a bracket for x squared, close bracket squared. There's a square outside the bracket, right? So your calculator, you must put the bracket also. So you must put a bracket, berapa tadi? 4x squared, close the bracket, and then put a square outside the bracket to the limit of 1 to 3, and then you just press. Nampak ke? Okay, I hope you guys nampak. So and then I just press equal. So what's the answer? Tu berapa tu? 3872 over by 5 pi. Siapa ni? Jesus. Okay, Jesus sudah dapat dia. So the answer is correct. So jawapan I sama dengan you. So the answer is 3872 ataupun kalau dalam point 774.4 pi. Okay, 774.4 pi, right? Okay, Nadia also got the answer. Okay, correct. 774.4 pi. Or you can write down your answer in term of pi. In term of fraction, 3872 over by 5 pi. Okay, so this is the answer. Alright, for question number 1, settled. Okay, Alex, cikgu, I'm here. Yeah, welcome, Alex, welcome. Okay, so that is the first question. Now look at the second question. Hari ini, I hope boleh habis this chapter. Sikit saja ni, I tengok. Okay, question number 2. So, for question number 2, okay, the bounded region, the curve is given. Okay, soalan. Cikgu, can we use the ayam brand to check the answer? Yes, you may use the ayam brand also. Ayam brand, where's my ayam brand? Ayo, kejap. Okay, guys. Can we use the ayam brand calculator? Yes, you can. You may use the ayam brand calculator. But if you use the ayam brand, if you still remember when I told you in class before, you may use the ayam brand, but it will take times to compute the final answer. Alright? So maybe your calculator, after you press equal, your calculator will be hang for 1 or 2 minutes, or maybe less than 1 minute. So jangan ingat calculator you rosak ya. Calculator you masih functionable, but it takes times to compute because this calculator is the basic calculator, no RAM at all. Okay, but this calculator they have higher RAM, that's why dia lebih cepat compute compared to ayam brand. But I'm still using ayam brand for your information. I'm not using this one. Okay, cuma for this tajuk sajalah sebab I malas nak guna ni, take times to solve the problem. Okay, now settle first question. Now look at the second question. Okay, second question, the shaded region is given and the curve is given by square root berapa tu? 4 minus x squared. Okay, 4 minus x squared. Alright. Now, this is the soalan number 2 here. Now, the soalan number 2 shaded region here, and the curve equation is given, and find the volume of the shaded region that revolve against SS. Oh, sorry, there's no limits. Oh yeah, ada limits. 0 until 2. Okay, for your information, during the real question of SPM, this kind of limit, normally they will ask you to find first. Okay, you need to find this limit. okay, soalan macam ni, this is the basic first, the basic question. That's why the limit is given here. But in real SPM, you need to identify this kind of limit. Okay, if you still remember, I told you, like the application of area, if you want to find the limit, you must solve the problem by using simultaneous. Okay, but for this volume, sometimes that question also need to use the simultaneous method to find the limits. Okay, or sometimes you just substitute the value, some value into the equation of the curve, then you get the limits. Okay, depends on the question. But this one, the basic idea, that's why the limit is given. Okay, now find the area, find the volume here. So against x-axis. So this is the formula if against x-axis. So as usual, v equals to pi 0 to 2, the limits. Okay, so y squared dx. Okay. Ini yang best ni, I suka ni. Because we play with square root. I suka play with square root. Okay, set here. So now we substitute the square root 4 minus x squared into this makcik y here. Okay, because y is a subject here. So now y equals to this, cut and paste. So it's supposed to be like, it will become this one. Bracket square root 4 minus x squared close bracket squared dx here. Alright, you're supposed to get this. Now, bracket square root something close bracket squared. How we simplify? You must remember that square root stand for the power of half. The power 1 over 2. 1 over 2 makes the 2 outside the outside the bracket. 1 over 2 times 2. So what will happen? It become 1, right? So when the square root meets the square root will be neutralized by the square. So we can simplify this equation. So it will become 4 minus x squared. It will become pi integrate 0 to 4 minus x squared. Where the square root gone? Because the square root is already simplified with the square. Square root is 1 over 2. Jumpa 2 here. So 1 over 2 times 2, it become 1. So that's why 4 minus x squared. Square root sudah hilang. Now we start do the normal integration here. So we integrate, okay, we integrate against x. So the answer you're supposed to get is for x. You're supposed to get this one. So for x squared, integrate x cubed over 3, and then the limit 0 to 2, substitute inside, then tell me the answer. Guys, okay, bagi jawapan So 4 to 2 cube over by 3 minus 40 minus 0 cube over by 3. Okay, I show you apa tu? I will show you step, all the step. Okay, so now we sub 2 here, and then minus we sub 0 here, and close the big bracket. So pi outside, don't forget the pi outside. Now tell me what's the answer. Cikgu, you forget the dx. Yes, oh, sorry. For me tak apa you guys jangan lupa the dx must be right at the back here. You must write the dx. I tak apa sebab cikgu. Okay, you guys jangan lupa in SPM you must write dx at the back. If you forgot, please be careful sometimes pemeriksa maybe kalau dia baik dia bagilah markah, kalau tak baik macam mana. Okay, please be careful this one dx, because we want to integrate against dx against x. So that's why very important this dx. Okay, I lupa saja. Okay, thanks Alex. Okay, now tell me what's the answer here. You may use your calculator. Okay, after you show this method, this step, then straight away tell me the answer. No need to simplify minus, no need. Kita tak nak tengok itu. We just want to look the final answer. The important step is this one. You show the substitution of y, and then you start to integrate this one, and then you start show the substitution of the limit and the final answer. Okay, Alex said okay, she gets 16 over 3 pi. Okay, let's assume that is the answer first. Okay, please double check everyone. Alright, you may use the calculator. Okay, I use the calculator juga So what's the question? Okay, integrate makcik 4 minus x squared, okay, to the limit 0 to. Okay. Alright, so the answer is 16 over 3. Yeah, same answer with you, Alex. So that is the answer, 16 over 3 pi. Okay, the answer is correct. Okay, the answer is correct. Okay, now, so that is question number 2. Settle second question. Now, look at the third question, the final. Hari ni macam cepat habis je kelas kita. Tak perlu sampai 2 jam ya. Okay, now look at the third question. Okay, third question. Still against x-axis, still against x-axis. So, the curve given and the limit also given. The shaded is against x to the limit 2 to 6 and the curve equals to y 8 over x. Right. This is the third question. Find the volume of the shaded with the given limits 2 to 6 and y equals to 8 over x. So, we are talking about rotate against x-axis. So we must use the formula of dx, against x, sorry. Volume equals to pi to 6 y squared as your subject, dx. Dx here. Why I'm using dx? Because against x-axis. If the shaded against y-axis, so we must use dy at the back, okay? So now, do you have a problem, guys? Tak ada, Supposed to be no problem, right? Okay, now, y squared. This is y, is the subject. Now this is y squared. So we need to cut and paste the 8 over x, put it here. And we simplify the equation first before we start to integrate. So you're supposed to get to 6. Okay, you're supposed to get this one. Integrate 2 to 6, 8 over x squared dx. You need to expand the bracket first before we start integrate. So 8 squared 64, x also you need to square, which is x squared. Okay, so you akan dapat like this. You're supposed to get this one, where your x at the denominator here. We cannot integrate when x is a denominator. We must bring your x squared to up here. You must bring these things on the top so that it becomes 64x negative 2 here. 64x negative 2. Okay, you must bring the x squared to the top first before you start integrate. Now you can start your integration. So how do we integrate this makcik? Sangat mudah. So you're supposed to get x negative 2 plus 1 negative 1. Then you're supposed to get this one. Okay, you are supposed to get this. When you do the integration of 64x power of negative 2, so the power negative 2 plus 1, it becomes negative 1. That means over by negative 1. So 64 over by negative 1 is negative 64 to the, so it becomes 64x power negative 1 over negative 1. So x power negative 1, you need to simplify to bring, by bringing it down so that it becomes x to the power 1 like this. Okay. You should don't have a problem, right, to integrate this one. Okay, if you have a problem, please refer to our previous video how we integrate this makcik. Okay, so now we already integrated this equation. Now substitute the limit 0 and 6 here. So what is the final answer? Okay, someone calculate for me. Okay, substitute the 6 and 2 into the equation, and what is the final answer? Please, you may use your calculator, okay, to double check the answer. All right, that will be the end of first lesson for today. Okay, we got 3 lesson, okay, untuk this tajuk. Okay, okay, Chu sudah dapat jawapan. Siapa Chu 64 over 3 pi. The twins Okay, twins So Alex also get the same answer, 64 over 3 pi. Okay, so I assume that will be the answer, yeah. So please double check, okay. Uh, let me put inside let me calculate first. 8 over x squared to the limit of 2 and 6 and equal. Yes, 64 over 3 pi. Yeah, the twins. Okay. So my answer also similar like same like Alex and twins. Okay, so that will be end of the first lesson today. Now, do you have a question, guys? You have a question or not? For find the volume that rotate 360 degree or 180 degree against x axis. Do you have a problem? Okay. If you have a problem, please respond on the live chat. Okay, I will go through your problem and we can discuss together. If you don't have any problem, then we can proceed to second lesson today. Okay, no okay, tak ada masalah. Now look at the next topic. Okay, now we settle the volume against x. Now we are talking the volume against y axis. Now look at the basic idea again. We are talking about to find the volume that shaded here that revolve against y-axis, either 360 degree or 180 degree, doesn't matter at all. So now, how to find this volume? This is the formula. When we talk about 8 against y-axis, that means the back will be, the formula is wrong, dy, sorry, I double check. This one not dx, dy, okay, because against y-axis. Now, integrate y1 and y2, the limits, shaded region. X squared is the subject. Now, you look here, your curve equation is given by y equal to something, right? Now, this is x squared is a subject. That means x is a subject. So, you need to, what we call it, simplify makcik ini. Instead of y the subject, now we want to make sure the x becomes subject. You know that y equals something here, that blah blah blah. This dot consists of huruf x, right? That huruf x must become the subject first. So that you cut and paste, put it here. Okay, that is the first thing you need to do. After that, you must know the limits. After that, then you can start, you can do the normal integration to find the volume. All right. Now, so okay. So for, let me repeat again this one. So this one, when we rotate against y, is supposed to become another shape here. So rotate 360 degree, rotate to 360 degree is supposed to be like this. Okay, I will show you after this. Here. When you rotate the shaded region here, it will become a circle here, and this is the kind of the shape will be produced when we find the volume. So when we talk about volume, that means we want to find the volume of the whole thing here. Okay, the shaded actually including this quadrant, okay, because they are rotating. Okay, so how to find this volume, the whole thing here? Okay, now this is the formula, right? So question number one, leave your answer in terms of pi. Okay, sorry, find the volume generated when the shaded region is rotated through 60 degree about y-axis. Now you see the keywords there. The keywords find the volume. That's number one. Number two, to how many degree? 360 or 180, doesn't matter. But the most important thing is against which quadrant. If against x quadrant, against which axis? If against x axis, you must use the proper formula. You cannot campur-campur rojak-rojak formula, it will be wrong. Okay, so number one, so the curve given, the shaded region given, and the limit also given. So 1 to 5 to the curve of y equals to 8 over x here. Okay, this is the soalan. Find the volume of the shaded region against ataupun rotating against y-axis 360 degree. Okay, now how we solve this problem? So v equals to pi integrate 1 to 5. Okay, because why I'm using 1 to 5 as my limit? Because against y-axis. When we talk about against y-axis, that means the coordinate of the limit must be, the limit must be used the coordinate of y. If against x-axis, you must use the coordinate of x as your limits. Okay, always remember that. So the subject is x squared here. So volume against y-axis equals to pi to the limit of, message pula. Okay, so v equals to pi to the limit of 1 to 5 x squared dy, because we against y-axis, so that's why dy at the back, and the limits here also coordinate of y. Now the subject here is no longer y but x. Your equation is y is the subject. Change this thing so that x become the subject. Now, so makcik equal a curve itu you boleh simplify so that it become this one. Sorry, salah. Sini. X equals to 8 over y. Sini. Okay ni. So now y equal to 8 over x. So now I want x become the subject by remove the x to the top here. So it become xy equals to 8. And then we remove the y to the right side so that it become x equals to 8 over y. Now x already become the subject here. Cut and paste this thing and put it here. Okay. So you're supposed to get 8 over y squared dy. Okay. Integrate 1 to 5, 8 over y squared dy. Now, before we integrate this makcik, make sure you expand the bracket first. You must expand this bracket. So, you're supposed to get 64 y squared dy. Don't forget the dy. Don't forget the dy, dx here. Kalau you terlupa, will be a big problem. Please be careful. I tak apa kau terlupa, okay? Korang tak boleh. Okay, now 64 over y squared here. Now, to do the integration, make sure your y squared we need to bring to the top. So it will become integrate 1564 y to the power negative 2 dy. That means we want to integrate against y now. So, kejap. Oh, sama lah. Soalan number 1 and number 3 here. Just the difference is the axis. This is against x. This is against y. Because the 64 x negative 2, 64 negative y power negative 2. Sama saja. So, just the difference is limit and the shaded region against, different axis. Okay. So, pi negative 64 over by y to the limit 1 to 5 here. Okay, 64 y negative 2, when you integrate y negative 2 plus 1 is y power negative 1 over by negative 1. So 64 over negative 1, it becomes negative 64 over by y power of 1 positive here. Because y power negative 1, you need to bring down because you need to simplify your equation so that it becomes this. And then your limit is 1 to 5 here. You need to insert into this makcik here. Then tell me the answer. Okay, you're supposed to get this one. When you insert the 5 and 1. Now, someone calculate for me. Okay, that will be question number 1. Okay, do you have a problem now, guys? Sepatutnya tak ada masalah. Very straightforward, sangat mudah. Okay, tell me the answer for number 1. Okay, jawapan dia ialah berapa tu? Okay, Alex, 256 over by 5 pi. Okay, we assume that is the answer, 256 over 5 pi. Okay, 256 over by 5. Okay, 256 or 265? Which one? Okay, there's a two different answer here. 256 or 265 over by 5? 256, okay. 256, okay. Ifa, tolong double check jawapan you, Ifa. Your jawapan tak sama dengan kawan lain Oh, typo. Okay, alright. So that means 256 over by 5 pi So that will be the final answer. Okay, I hope this answer is correct Please double check you guys. Okay, 256 Shamila also get the same answer. Okay, good. So, no problem Now, let's do the next question, number 2. Okay, number 2, what's this about? Okay. Number 2, here we have a curve shaded towards to the y-axis to the limit 0 to 3, and the curve equation is given by now x equals to y bracket 3 minus y. This one. Okay, guys. You want to find the volume of the shaded region that against y-axis. Oh, sorry. Mana y punya axis. Labeling Labeling very important. I terlupa tak apa. Korang jangan. Okay. So now, I want to find this volume that rotated against y-axis. So, how to find? So, as usual, we know that the formula against y-axis is supposed to be this one. Okay, now you see the shaded is from 0 to 3. Okay, put the limit x squared dy. Okay, this is the formula, limit 0 to 3 x squared dy. Now you look here, your x is a subject, is a subject in the formula. Look at the curve equation. X is already the subject here. So what we need to do is please expand the y and the bracket first, and then cut and paste, put it inside here. So if we expand this makcik of curve, it becomes 3y minus y squared, right? It's supposed to be 3y minus y squared. And then we cut and paste this makcik, put it inside here. So you akan dapat like this. Don't forget to put the square outside the bracket. Okay, you're supposed to get this one. 3y minus y squared equals to x, right? So I cut and paste, I put it here, 3y minus y squared, and close the bracket and square. Why I put the square again here? Because there's a square outside the x here. Okay, don't forget. Now, how to solve this makcik? We need to expand the equation. Okay, you must expand this bracket. Okay, you must square the bracket first. Okay, so when we expand, we're supposed to get 3y squared is 9y squared minus 3y squared, 3y cubed, 6y cubed plus y4. This one. You are supposed to get this one. 3y squared, 9y squared, 3y squared, 6y squared, negative 6y cubed, sorry, and y squared, squared is positive y power 4 dy. Now we start the integration, normal integration. So you're supposed to get over by 3, okay, 3y cubed minus 6 over by 4, 6 over 3 over 2. 3 over 2 y power 4 plus y4, y5 to the limit 0, 3. Ni makcik ni. Okay. So, you patutnya dapat makcik ni So, when you do the normal integration, you're supposed to get this one. 3y cubed minus 3 over 2y power 4 plus y5 over by 5 to the limit 0 and 3. And then substitute 3, substitute 0, and then tell me the final answer. Okay guys, tolong kira untuk I. What is the final answer? So, I start calculate here. 3, 0, cube minus 3 over 2, 0. Sorry. This is 3. Power 4 plus 3 power 5 over 5. Minus 3, 0. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Okay, now you're supposed to get this one. The first one, you need to substitute the 3 here. This is 3, 3 bracket 3 cube minus 3 over 2 bracket 3 power 4 and plus 3 power 5 over by 5 close bracket minus, now you start 0. When I start 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0 minus 3 over 2, 0, 0 plus 0 over 5, 0. So that's I assume I'll simplify that equals to 0 here. Okay, so now what is the final answer? So the final answer, Alex already get the answer, 81 over 10 pi. Please double check everyone. 81 over by 10 pi. Okay, I assume this is the correct answer. Okay, please do the calculation and tell me if the answer is wrong. Please update. Alright, so do you have a question, guys? Sepatutnya tak ada masalah, right? Very straightforward, sangat mudah. Okay, so I want to proceed to the third question. Okay, third question. Right, settle sangat mudah, semudah ABC. Ya, Hana also sudah dapat jawapan. Oh, Hana. Okay, Hana pun dah dapat 81 over 10 pi. So I assume this soalan doesn't have a problem for you guys. Very straightforward. Okay, settle. Now let's look at the final question of second topic. We got 3 lessons today. This is the second lesson for the last question. So hari ni memang cepat, tak perlulah sampai pukul lama-lama sangat. Okay, tapi hopefully we can finish earlier. So now third question, still against y axis. Okay, so number 3, the curve, okay, and the straight line, right, and the shaded here. Okay, the line y equals to 4, and the curve is given by y equals to x squared tambah 2, x kuasa 2 tambah 2, alright. Semudah ABC. Now, this is the soalan here. First thing is, the soalan asking you, find the volume of this shaded region that rotated against y-axis. That's number 1. Number 2, look at the shaded region. Did the question give you the limits? We know this is shaded against y, so we know the formula. But my question is the limits of the shaded region. So you look here, the limit, you need to identify the limit first. That's why I told you, soalan normally they are not direct like the previous question. The soalan something like this. You need to identify the limit after you know the shaded, where's the shaded region about, okay, against which axis. And then how to find the limit, you see here, we got 2 kind of line here, the curve and the straight line. The straight line here is the top, right? It's the top of the shaded region, which is y equals to 4. That is your first limit here. So just write down your 4 here. Okay? Write down your limit 4 here. And the least limit, the bottom of the shaded region is the curve, right? What is this value? Here. How to find this value? This makcik. Look at the curve equation here. We got y equals to x squared tambah 2, right? Tambah 2, So this is y-axis. This is y-intercept. This is y-intercept, right? Y-intercept here. When we talk about y-intercept, that means x equals to 0, the coordinates here. So look at the equation. How to find the value of y-intercept? So when x is 0, here, okay, the coordinates I show you here. This coordinate here, the bottom of the curve here, okay, how to find the value of y here, the y-intercept here. So we know that x is 0. So substitute into this equation of the curve. So 0 squared plus 2. So automatically we know that this value is 2. So the least value is 2. So the coordinate of this limit is 2. You can look directly from here. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now 2 dan 4 adalah kita punya limit of the curve. Of the shaded region. So how to solve the problem? Since the limit is already given, 2 and 4, and the shaded is about between the curve. The curve equation also given. So the volume will be as usual pi. Don't forget pi. We're talking about volume. The answer must consist of huruf pi. So from 2 to to 4. X squared dy. Okay, x squared dy. So volume equals to this one. Y dy because shaded, rotated against y. Okay, so now look at the equation. X squared is your subject here. Look at your curve equation. We got x squared already, right? So simplify this equation curve so that x squared actually equals to y tolak 2, right? X squared equals to y tolak 2. Do we need to remove the squared, put it here, so that it becomes square root y minus 2? No need. Kenapa? Because x squared, this one also x squared. So tak perlu pindah the squared. So just cut and paste the y minus 2 and put it here because they are equivalent. So actually we can simplify this makcik so that it becomes the limit 2 to 4 y minus 2 dy. You see here? So x squared equals to y minus 2. So no need to put the squared again because x squared, this one is already x squared. Compared to the previous soalan, mana previous? Yeah, the previous soalan here, you see, after you expand this one, right? I put it here and then I put square outside the bracket. Kenapa? Because there is no square on the top of x here. This is only x as a subject. But for this one, x squared, this one also x squared. They are the same thing. That's why tak perlu letak square anymore. Just cut and paste the y minus 2 and put it here. Okay, tak perlu ada bracket square lagi ya. Alright, now, so from here, we can do the normal integration and put the limit 2 to 4 inside the equation, then get the final answer. Now, tell me, what is the final answer, guys? You're supposed to get y squared over 2 minus 2y. 2 to 4. Okay? This one. Okay, this one, yeah, by the way, if you want to use the calculator, okay, either orang kaya punya calculator ataupun calculator yang paling saya suka, the ayam brand, doesn't matter. The problem is our calculator only can find the integration against x-axis. That's why when you press the button, the huruf dx appear there. Similar goes to this makcik also. This makcik also, the button here is integrate to dx. So that means you can find the integration against x-axis. But don't what we call that? Jangan bimbang. Okay, don't worry because if you still want to use the calculator, just instead of y here, you see the equation got y, right? Y minus 2. You just write x minus 2 when you use the calculator, because the calculator only can read against the x. So we just replace the huruf y with x here. So x minus 2 put inside the calculator, then you do the normal calculation, then you get the final answer. Okay, now what is the answer for this soalan? So, okay, someone sudah dapat. Alex, Ifa, 2 pi. Okay, so I assume the answer is 2 pi. Okay, the answer is 2 pi. But can we leave our method like this? Cannot. You must show the all step here. So this is the first step here. This is the after you integrate. And then I left one step here, which is you need to substitute 4 and substitute q into the equation, then you get the final answer. Okay, one more step here you need to write down here. Okay, so actually it become pi 4 squared over 2 minus 2 bracket 2 minus 2 squared over 2 minus minus 2 times 2, Okay, so you're supposed to get this one. Substitute 4 and then you substitute 2 minus these 2 makcik, then you're supposed to get 2 pi. I hope this answer is correct. Now, do you have a problem for the third question? Ada masalah third question, everyone? Tak ada, ya? Okay, so everyone's okay, Alex represent the 5C and Ifa represent the 5E. So you guys sudah dapat jawapan. I hope should be no problem for the second lesson for today. Okay, now we're going to look at the last lesson, which is the last subtopic of the day, and also the end of the chapter 3. I suka soalan ini. Macam ni lah soalan SPM. Okay. Now, the example, example, you married yourself, you carry yourself, okay. So, I just want to discuss the soalan. There's a 2 question for this tajuk, Okay, so calculate normally this is a paper 2 question. That means the marks more than 5 lah, okay. Normally the marks is 4, 5, 6, something like that, okay. Paper 2 question, okay. So sometimes 10 marks. If 10 marks maksudnya ada banyak kena cari. Normally they ask you to find the point of intersection first, and then find the area, and then of the shaded region, and then use the same shaded region, find the volume. That's why that's all 3 questions, all is 10 marks. Okay. So now the final part. See, find the volume that revolve of the region between the curve and the straight line. Okay, now this soalan, look at the first question. Okay, Raja menunjukkan, the diagram show the part of the curve y equal to something and the straight line to something intersect at the point given there. So sudah skip one of the problem because the point of intersection is already given. In SPM, you need to find that point of intersection. P and Q there, 1, 4 and 2, 2, normally they are not given to you. Okay, you need to identify that P and Q first. That's why I told you this soal actually is 10 marks. If first question, normally they asking you find the P and Q. How to find P and Q? I told you, you need to use simultaneous. Then you can find P and Q coordinates. And then you need to find the area of the shaded, another 3 to 4 marks. And then you need to find the volume. Now soalan ini sudah bagi P and Q. So the first problem dah tak ada masalah. Okay, now calculate the volume generated when the shaded region is revolved through 360 and against x-axis. Against x-axis. Number 1, I told you, you want to find the volume. Number 1, make sure you know which shaded, which axis we are talking about. Now we are talking about x-axis, so we must know the formula. The formula is pi integrate limit of x coordinate y squared dx. That's number 1. Number 2, the limits. Is the limits given or not? The limit is given. Then the P and Q is given, the coordinate. So tak ada masalah. Yeah. So your job is substitute everything then calculate. Cuma kat sini. If you compare the first lesson and the second lesson today, first and second lesson only involved with one kind of line. Either all soalan is curve, whatever. Only one curve. But the question C more to application of the volume. That means there's more than one line here. We got curve and we also have a straight line. So if you still remember, I told you the application of area. You may refer to my previous video. Tajuk dia, the application of area. You must know the formula that I show you, top minus bottom. Okay, top minus bottom, and also sometimes if you want to find the area, you need to split the section. Okay, so there's 2 things you learn during application of area. Now that's 2 things you need to apply in this topic also, application of volume. So you must remember top minus bottom here. All right, now let's solve the question number 1, the final part here. Okay, so number 1, okay, I draw dulu. Okay, the straight line is given and also a curve. Okay, the shaded. The point P and Q, P and Q. The straight line given is y equals to x tambah 6 and curve y equals to 4 over x. Okay, this is the soalan here. Alright, now how we solve the problem? Sangat mudah. Now, first we got two different lines here, the curve and the straight line. That's number one. Number two, to find the volume or to sorry, before I talking about the volume now, let's do the refreshment again. Refresh about the area. How we find this area if the shader is like this, like this? You need to identify the P and Q first, right? The limits. Now, this soalan, if want to find the area, the volume also do the same thing. You need to find the limits of P and Q here. So you need to identify the coordinates P and Q. So since the P and Q is already given, if the coordinate is not given, how we find this P and Q? This is Y, this is Y. So that means this equation and this makcik, they are equivalent. So cut and paste negative 2x plus 6 equals to 4 over x. Then you solve the problem, then you can find, it will form a quadratic, then you can find two different value of x there. So that means you already have two different value of limit of x. That's how we find the limits if the P and Q is not given. So since the P and Q is given, so you just skip that method. You may use, you may check, is that the 1 and 4 and 2 and 2 betul atau tidak? Okay, try to use the simultaneous to double check this point correct or not. Okay, you also can identify these two, okay, by using simultaneous. Okay, now since the limit, we assume limit is given like this, 1 and 2, not 4 and 2, because 4 and 2 is a y coordinates. We are talking about against, rotating against x, so we must use the coordinate of x. 1 and berapa ni? 1 and 2 here. Okay, this is 1, 2. Just write down like this, 1 and 2. I want to find the volume of the shaded. So we just apply the application of area. If you still remember, who's the top? The curve or the straight line? So from the diagram, we can see here, the top is the straight line. That means to find the volume, okay, to find the volume, oh sorry, to find the volume of the shaded region, V equals to pi integrate x1, x2, y, x1, x2, because against x-axis, the formula will be the top minus the bottom, top minus bottom. Top is the straight line minus the bottom, the curve, and don't forget to square dx, right? So now, look at your equation. So top minus bottom, top is the straight line, mana straight line kita? Ya, equation of the straight line is given 2x plus 6 tolak dengan kita punya curve. Curve is 4 over x, right? Okay, 4 over by x. This is top minus bottom. Okay, top minus bottom. So we simplify this. So when sorry, tak perlu simplify because this is the top minus bottom. Cut and paste here because this is already in term of x, right? Against the x. So cut and paste, put it here. But don't forget the square. Okay. So what we can do here is, all right. So now number 1. Okay. So equals to, the limit is 1 and 2, negative 2x tambah 6 tolak 4 over x squared dx. This one. Okay. Now this will be a major problem here because minus, and then we got this one 4 over x here, power of 2. So you need to simplify this thing actually. So when we simplify this thing, so you're supposed to get negative 2x. Okay, I change everything so that it become items with x here. Okay, so it become 2x squared plus 6x minus sorry, 2, okay, 2 negative 2x squared over x times x everything, plus 6x over x minus 4 over x. I want to simplify this makcik here, okay? So that I time with x so that the denominator are similar, so I can combine this whole thing. Okay, so from here it becoming negative 2x squared tambah 6x tambah 4 over by x squared. Okay, so you're supposed to get negative 2x squared tambah 6x plus 4 bracket everything over by squared. Okay, so this one, how we solve the problem? Okay, so dia lebih complicated here. So 2x minus 4, 2x negative 2x plus 6, then we minus with the curve 4 over x. Sorry, I totally forgot. You need to square first. You need to square first the equation before you minus. Okay, that's why lah. Why the equation becomes so complicated here? Okay, now let's do again. Okay, let's do again. Okay, actually this one sudah betul, but the problem is not squared here. The squared must be the top minus the bottom. Okay, so the volume equals to pi integrate top squared minus bottom squared. That's why lah. I rasa kenapa pelik? Okay, so this one, the squared you must top squared minus the bottom squared. Okay, so the limit is 1 to 2 as usual. So pi integrate 1 to 2. The top, okay, the top is your straight line. Your straight line is the top. You need to square this equation, and you need to square this equation, and then you minuskan saja, and then you do the normal integration. So where we when we square the top and bottom, you're supposed to get, okay, negative 2x tambah 6 squared tolak bottom 4 over by x squared dx. Okay, this one, the top equation squared minus the bottom squared. So expand this thing, then we start do the normal integrate. All right, so you're supposed to get 1, 2 for x squared negative 2, 6, 12, 24 plus 36 minus 16 over x squared dx. Baru betul. Okay, so you're supposed to get this one, negative 2x plus 6 squared. You're supposed to get this equation. Berapa ni? 4x squared minus 24x plus 36. Please double check the expansion. And minus 4 over x squared, 16 over x squared. Now we do the normal integrate here. You're supposed to get, okay, please be careful. 4x cubed over by 3 minus 24x squared over by 2 negative 12x squared plus 36. This one minus 16 over by x squared. 16 over by x squared, you need to bring the x squared to the top. So it becomes 16x negative 2. When you factorize it, when you integrate that equation, so it becomes 16x to the power negative 1 over by negative 1. Negative 1 and negative here, minus here, mix together, it becomes plus. Okay, it becomes plus 16 over by x to the limit 1, 2. Okay, so you integrate this whole makcik here, and then you get this. Okay, you get this. Okay, and then we need to substitute 1 and 2 inside this equation, and then what is the final answer? All right, now we sub 2 and 1. So pi integrate 2 cubed over by 3 minus 12 2 squared plus 36x. Okay, sorry, 36x here. this is 36x when you integrate. Okay, forgot put the x here. Okay, 36x, which is 2, and plus 16 over by 2. That's the first thing. Minus, substitute 1. 4 1's cube over by 3 minus 2 plus 1 squared plus 36. 1 plus 16 over by 1. Close the big bracket and the big bracket. So, I substitute 2 and then I substitute 1 inside. I got this. Okay, I got this one. Okay, careful when you do the substitution. Okay, and then now calculate for me how much the answer here. Okay, so let me repeat again. This one, to find the volume here, it must be the top minus bottom. But it's not the whole thing minus then square. No, sorry, I salah tadi. Actually, you must square the top first, and then you square the bottom, then you start minus. So this is the formula, okay? So top squared minus bottom squared dx. So the top squared, put it here, minus square of the bottom, put it here, then you expand and simplify, supposed to be like this. And then you start do the normal integration, substitute the value of 1 and 2 into the equation. So what is the final answer? Okay, Alex 4/3, Hannah juga 4/3 pi. So that will be the final answer, 4/3 pi. So I assume the answer is correct. Okay, please calculate for me. Alright. So guys, that is the first application of volume. If you have this kind of soalan, straight line and the curve, and the bounded region is in between these two lines, curve and straight line. So you must use the formula of top minus bottom. Our top is straight line. The bottom here is the curve. So before we find the volume, you must square the top and you must square the bottom. Then you minus these two makcik and you simplify, become this, and then you start integrate and substitute the limit, find the final answer. Okay, the answer is 4/3 pi. That's all for first question. Okay. Oh, baru 3:27 Okay. Still got time. Now we look at the last. I think this is the last one, right? Okay, habis of this chapter. The second question here. Okay, let's draw the question first, right? The diagram is given like this. A straight line and a straight line and a curve form. Okay. And this is the shadow. Y, X. The point B is given 2, 7. Y equals to 3. Bagus soalan macam ni. Semua limit dah bagi. Korang dah skip first step actually. Kalau soalan paper 2, you need to determine this a value of coordinate there. All the coordinates itu, the limits tu, you need to identify yourself. Okay. Tapi soalan ni bagus, dia sudah bagi semua. So this one X equals to 2. This one Y equals to X squared tambah 3. Yeah, that is the soalan. Okay, now. So this is the soalan, the diagram. Okay, the diagram show the curve intersect with the straight line at the point B. The curve intersect with the straight line of the point at the point B here. Okay, the straight line given by X equals to 2. That means this here should be 2 here at the bottom here. You need to write 2 here. Okay, so 0 here and this is 2. And then this point of B also given 2, 7. This is 2. Where's your 7? Here is your 7. Okay. This is your 7. Okay, now. You see here. There is another straight line given here. Instead of X equals to 2, we also have another straight line here. Y equals to 3. Right? That means this limit here, this coordinate here This is y-intercept, right? How much this value? 3. Okay. So the coordinates here also 3. So we got two different limits here. For y-axis 3 to 7, for x-axis 0 until 2. Okay, but now we want to find the volume, right? So we need to look at the question. Is that the volume against y or against x? Now read the question. Find the volume of the shaded region when it's revolved through 360 degree against x. Against x, that means we must use 0 and 2 as our limits, not 3 and 7. Please be careful. If soalan said against y, 3 and 7 is our limits. Right? Okay, now. So, since this is a soalan, okay, this one sangat straightforward. Okay. Alright. I want to find the volume of this shaded region, right? And the limits given is 0 to 2. We have a curve and we also have a straight line. There's a two different line here against x, the curve and the straight line. Okay, teacher, why is the question always state against? Will the question always state against what axis? Yes. That's why I told you last time. For volume, they always mention against which axis. Find the volume of blah 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 that rotating ataupun that revolve against x-axis or y-axis. It always mentioned, don't worry. Okay, okay Nadia? So, now, soalan kita against x-axis, so we must use 0 and 2, not 3 and 7. So now, I want to find this volume. So this volume in between curve and the straight line, right? So, which one is the top? Which one is the bottom? So, the straight line is the top. The curve is the top. The straight line is your bottom. So, to find this volume, you need to minus the, you need to take the top square minus the bottom square. Okay, so let's do that things. Okay, so integrate to the limit of 0 to top square minus bottom square. And then rotated against x-axis, so the x at the back. This is the formula. Okay, the top square minus bottom square. Okay, so the x. Now, the top is the curve, right? The curve is given x squared tambah 3. So, square that things. So, it become pi 0 to the top is x squared plus 3 squared. The bottom, y equal to 3. So, 3 squared. Okay. So, dx. Here. The top equation is this one, the curve, minus the bottom. Okay, the bottom is y equals to 3. So, just put it 3 here, square. Okay, so simplify this makcik. So, when we simplify this makcik, before we start integrate, you need to expand first. So, you're supposed to get a x power 4 plus 6x squared plus 9 minus 9 dx. Okay, when you expand the top and then you expand the bottom, you're supposed to get this. 9 minus 9, mati. So, apa tinggal? Pi 0 to x power 4 plus 6x squared dx. Okay. X power 4 plus 6x squared, 9 minus 9, habis. And then, you do the normal integration. And tell me, what is the final answer? 6x squared, 2x cubed. To the limit 0 to. You're supposed to get this one. Okay. X power 5 over by 5 plus 2. Kenapa 2? Because 6x cubed over by 3. 6 and 3 simplify become 2. So that's why 2x cubed. So to the limit 0 and 2. Sub 2, sub 0. Now, what is the final answer? Okay, calculate now. So 2 power 5 over by 5 plus 2 power cube. Okay. Minus 0 over by 5, 0 plus 2 times 0 is also 0. Okay. You are supposed to get this one. Okay. When you sub the limit 2 and 0, the 2 we got the equation, but when you sub 0, 0 over by 5, 0 plus 2 times 0, 0. That's why I assume this is 0. So simplify this makcik. Now tell me what is the answer here. Okay. What is the answer, guys? Ada tak soalan? Oh, habis. Okay. Now do your calculation. Tell me what is the final answer. Okay. Come on, guys. Okay, Alex sudah dapat jawapan. 112 over by 5 pi. How about the rest? Do you get the same answer? 112. Okay, Syamila also get the same answer. Hanana pun juga dapat the same answer. That means the answer is correct lah. 112 over by 5 pi. This one. Okay. So, this will be the end of the step. Okay, this is the final answer. 112 over by 5 pi. Okay, class. Now we already finished the chapter 3. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I hope you guys can do. You can do. Please. What you call that? Do your own recap. Okay, for this chapter. Okay, so I just discussing with you the basic and certain one of the topic yang very straightforward question. Now, if you have the kebat question, let's say, so please share with me, and then we can discussing on the next class. Okay. So if you guys have a problem, please leave your problem in the comment below, ataupun you can personally WhatsApp me ataupun Telegram, whatever. So this is the end of the class. Alright, this is the end of the topic for chapter 3. Okay, so I hope you guys tak ada masalah. Then I will see you on the next class. Okay, thank you very much everyone. Okay, goodbye.